1 year ago, I made this PowerPoint saying these are my goals of 2025. And now I am like here 12 months later, going over the exact same PowerPoint with the results. I'm sitting in the exact same spot, doing the same things, kind of deja vu. But let's get started. So before I start, I just want to say these are like my public kind of lighthearted goals. I had a lot more personal ones, but obviously they're not on here. I just want to say that I'm pretty proud of where those are at. So Um, yeah, let's move on. Let's go with the fun ones, finance. So, first thing I want to do is $5,000 in my Roth IRA. Did that. 4,000 in my HSA. Did that. Want to do 4.5 in my 401k. Ended up doing a little more than that, so my total was a little higher than 15k. I also want to donate $2,500 to one of my favorite charities, which I ended up doing. And I also wanted to save 20% of every income that I earned from my job. So because of this, I did that, and now I have the first time in my life an emergency fund. So pretty nice. And this is what I wanted my portfolio to look like at the end of 2025. 61% VGT, 21% Ethereum, 18% cash. It ended up being much more conservative. I went and for the first time in my adult life, I have no cryptocurrency. I've been sitting on more cash and I moved a little bit more to VGT and the S&P 500. Education, I wanted to get a associate's degree, ended up doing that January 2025. I wanted to start the bachelor part of my bachelor's degree in IT. Just, yeah, get rid of the associate stuff. And I wanted to get some IT certifications. Ended up getting a couple, so that's pretty good. And I wanted to read 100 books. Got to 81. I can get to like 85 if I tried by the end of the year, but just roughly um high 80s, low 90s if I really buckle down. Pretty proud of that though. 81 books. Health. I wanted to finish a half marathon. Yeah, that did not happen. I'm not even gonna pretend that happened. Box, yeah, same thing as the half marathon. The climbing, I didn't do 2 to 3 times a week, but I did do it probably the most that I realistically could have let myself do it with like having a healthy balance of life. So I'm gonna call that a win. And eat more plant-based. So this is probably the best year of my adult life where when it comes to diet. I've never ate more plants in in a year. Travel, I wanted to go to Thailand. I wanted to go to Redwoods. I wanted to go to Sequoia. All I didn't end up doing. What I did end up doing was I went to Detroit. Pretty nice, pretty nice city. I also went to Chicago, and that was pretty nice. I would love to live in Chicago. Then I also went to LA. LA was all right. Not as good as Chicago, but Chicago is you can't. It's really hard to top Chicago. And nonprofit work, I wanted to remain on the board of the Recovery Cafe. Still am doing that. I wanted to serve more hours. I did the same hours as I did last year, and I wanted to coordinate more volunteers. I pretty much did the same amount of coordination of volunteers. Um, and I still wanted to host and share meetings. I still do that, so that's pretty good. Now, what have I learned from this reviewing? One is I value much different things than I did last year. I was thinking about boxing, I was thinking of Thailand, I was thinking about all these things. What I really ended up spending my money on is more house stuff. Like I got a new dishwasher, I got like new appliances. I've been kind of like wanting to host more. I think I've lived a little more simple than I thought I was gonna live. And life is unexpected. We all know things are gonna happen to you that are unexpected. But I think I did not realize that I would change my mindset so much in 1 year. I kind of look at this my goals and I'm like, did I just come up with these goals like top of my head like in 5 minutes? I know I did. I know I spent some time on it last year, but looking back, I'm like, these seem so. Is that really what I cared about the money stuff? I put so much time and effort into the money portion of this. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting, but yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with myself. I Every year I always say there's some plot twists, but I don't. I guess that's just how life is. Every year you got a bunch of plot twists. Maybe I should be predicting what my plot twist of 2026 will be. Maybe that would be a better thing to do. To not predict what I know, that the boring, monotonous stuff, but instead of predicting that, predict the parts that are crazy. I don't know. Just some food for thought. Thanks for being on this journey. If you saw the first video 1 year ago, now you're watching the results. Thank you for doing that. And if you're just watching the results, this is, I guess this is your opinion of that. So have a good one. Bye.